Hello everybody, this is Tiffany here. Y'all guys know me as a backseat gamer. Y'all see me get on my brother's nerves. But today I'm going to do something different that I normally won't do. So welcome to the very first episode of my very own podcast. Yay! Since my brother's always playing video games without me, I decided, you know what? Let me just hang out with my friends and let's just talk about whatever. So here I have two of my friends that are going to be joining us today. So go ahead, friend number one.
Hi, I'm Novice Animation. I'm an artist. I Has Been, Hell of a Boss, Murder Drones, and The Amazing Digital Circus.
Okay, Novice. And next up.
Hi, I am Jacob, and I like Hell of a Boss, Has Been Hotel, Murder Drones, and Digital Circus.
Yeah, I mean, don't we all like those shows?
Indeed.
I know. Okay, so today's topic, we're going to talk about Hell of a Boss and how a fucking awesome show it is. Wow.
Indeed, especially with the new episode that just popped up, and it was just wow.
I know. Oh my gosh. I'm not gonna lie. I actually saw that episode with my brother and my dad, and we were, well, how can I explain it? I just wasn't expecting that, but once they showed the GIF, and I was like, oh, it's gonna be another Frizzerali and Asmodeus episode, but this was just, it was like I was expecting one thing, but I ended up getting another. You know what I mean?
Indeed.
Novice, what did you think of it?
I think it was really it was very inspirational. I mean, it had that one scene with the deaf kid.
Oh, that scene was horrible.
The sign language.
Yeah. And not only that, but we also got to see some new faces, glitz and glam.
I'm not gonna lie, you want to know who those characters remind me of?
What's that?
They remind me of the bedazzling from My Little Pony. Am I wrong?
Yep, you're right.
And then they had wings and everything, and I'm getting flashbacks from the freaking My Little Pony days. I was like, oh my gosh, they remind me of the sirens from My Little Pony.
And the craziest thing is that, for one, I think they're from the Envy Ring, because getting a source from not only a little theory that I made a couple of weeks ago, but also from Cartoon Universe. Apparently the Envy Ring is pretty much an underwater kind of thing, so I think that's where they're from.
You know,
yeah.
I mean,
I was thinking the same thing.
Sorry, go ahead, Novice.
Sorry, I was just gonna say that. Yeah, it was. It kind of, they kind of look like those characters from the Envy Ring. I mean, because again, they're fish. They're most likely aquatic. I mean, when you think about it, we've seen most of the rings already. Except for the Envy one. And, I don't think they've been to Pride yet. So there's that.
Wait, they have shown Pride in the show. They showed Pride in, the first episode of Hell of a Boss, right? Because they're in the Pride Ring. That's where their office is at.
Oh.
Yeah, but from my understanding, they're in, how could I say, their own section of Pride, because obviously in Has Been Hotel, we're going to see much more where the sinners are at, but I've noticed that here it focuses more on Hellbore demons, but some sinners do show, like the teacher and the camp counselor, but was it those two adventures guys? I believe that's the second episode. You know which one I'm talking about, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, them. I always thought the fat one reminded me of Dr. Eggman. Anyways.
Yes.
So, Jacob, you said you had a theory. I would like to hear it. I love hearing theories.
Okay, so pretty much the next episode, which is I think it's called full moon or something to do with moon. And I pretty much made a theory that this has something to do with a court thing going on, because for one, this court might either be on Stolas and Blitz for Stolas sharing the grimoire with Blitzo, and either that or being caught by the seen by the humans, which is, the agents that look like Men in Black. Either that, or it could be, seeing as how Fizzarali and Osmodius were basically their secret out now of them being in love. It could be about that. So, yeah, that's my theory of what the next upcoming episode could be.
I mean, didn't I think I think it was Brandon Rogers. He teased it on his Instagram that they were shooting episode. They did show like Bryce, I think that's his name, the voice of Stolas, that he was talking in the court. So I honestly thought, my opinion, I thought it was like a custody battle over Octavia, but I could be wrong.
I thought it was I thought that was for season 3, because I talked about that they were doing recordings for season 3.
Oh, dang it, you're probably right.
So it wouldn't even be that episode.
Yeah, but who knows? Can't wait to see it either way.
But hey, that's just a theory.
Man,
I had to throw that in here. Alright, so speaking of which, Jacob, I think you remember this, but in one of our conversations we were talking about we were talking about how a lot of like the Princess of Hell are like with a lower demon. Do you remember that conversation that we had a couple of weeks ago?
Oh yeah, I remember.
Well, I don't know if Novice has heard that theory yet.
Mm-hmm.
The theory that I had was that a lot of the demons in hell, that the reason why they're with like a lower class demon is kind of like in Greek mythology, just like, you know how Zeus had all these kids, but he had them all with humans because he didn't want his offspring to be stronger than him or overtake him. That's the same theory that I had that I mentioned to Jacob. But that's just me though.
So, but yeah, the topic about the relationships in hell, you got Blitz and Stolas, then you got Fizz and Ozzy. Again, Stolas is a prince, and then you got Ozzy being the king of lust, one of the 7 deadly sins. And now people probably don't think about it, but it has been in there. You got Carly being the princess of hell, and she's with Vaggie, who's a sinner, or some speculate her being in one of those exterminators from heaven, or a fallen exterminator.
I mean, I remember that being a theory for a while, saying that she was like an exterminator.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I started playing video games with my brother, we actually did well, I don't know if you remember seeing this episode, Jacob, but we actually did a theory video on Vaggie being a pirate.
Oh yeah, I saw that indeed.
Yeah, that was we did it while playing Pirates of the Caribbean, and that me personally, it was pretty interesting because I actually had to do so. I actually did a research. I felt like a school project. Like, okay, cool. So I'm gonna do a project on female pirates, and I just thought it was genuinely fun. I did my research, and then my brother did his research, and then when we did the video, we like talked about all the cool stuff that we found out.
Nice.
But I'm sticking to my theory. I still think Vaggie's a pirate.
Mm-hmm.
A El Salvadorian pirate. But also, another thing that I've noticed in Hell of a Boss is that they show different styles of relationships. Just think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have Millie and Moxie, and also Fizz and Asmodeus, but I noticed that those characters have more of a positive relationship, just in two different ways. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, remember, well, from one of the episodes, didn't Moxie state that he was bisexual?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, but he was still with Millie. And that...
Yeah,
Mhm.
because...
Sorry, go ahead, Jacob.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, he did. That was hinted at in the episode where they introduced Verosika, because when when basically Millie stated what was, well, you know, with him, like, pretty much Moxie kind of got like, what on earth? And then she stated this: what? She's a pop star. You wanted to know what, well, you know, what David Crawford was like. Touche. So, yes, indeed. And also, seeing as how he was in a relationship with Chaz at one point, until he met Millie, yeah, it's being stated that he's basically bisexual.
And Millie's straight, right? Did they even say she was straight?
I think she might be bisexual too. I mean, she seems to like I mean, why would she wonder what, you know, that
was like,
what it was like with the pop star, you know? She seemed into it. I mean, hell, I mean, she freaking pegs Moxie, get it in there. Damn it, fuck.
It happens. Go ahead.
Yeah, but she likes to peg Moxie, so I'm just saying. I mean, he seems to like that. I mean, she did even state to Chaz and everybody that this ass is hers.
This ass is mine. No, my gosh, that part made me and my sister laugh so hard. None of us were freaking expecting that.
Yep, she's like, that's mine. He's mine. Don't touch.
I would, getting out of topic with Hell of a Boss for a second. When me and Novice watched Digital Circus, there was a part where she kept trying to escape until she ended up in the void. My question is, what did she see that made her, well, basically what she looked like in the end?
Well, I think they kind of, I don't know if you missed it or not at the end of the episode, because you know how when she's going through all those doors and she's, you know, she runs sees that computer, and then she ends up somehow in the void again. Well, I think she was seeing that, because at the end it shows the computer.
Can I just say I'm a simp for Jax?
A lot of people seem to like that guy.
Yeah, and a lot of people are shipping Jax with Raggedy.
Ragatha.
Ragatha, that's it.
Well, it's because if you guys remember, like, well, I don't know about you guys, but, you know, growing up, when we're, like, teenagers, if a guy likes a girl, he would always mess with her and bully her.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Like, guys do that because they really like her, but they like that girl, but they don't know how to show it. You know, they just do that. I mean, I know Jacob ain't gonna do that shit, so.
Nah.
Oh, and did y'all guys see Joe's tweet about it? She freaking said, "This reminds me of my boyfriend." She played a clip when Jax goes, "Oh no, they killed Zubo." Anyways, you guys want to get something to eat? I was like,
yeah.
Wow. Go ahead, Namis.
Oh, I was just gonna say that I think one of my favorite characters so far was probably, I mean, a lot of people like Kinger, a lot of people like Jax, but I mean, I like Gangle.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because Gangle reminds me of me in a way, always acting like I'm okay when underneath I have to wear a mask.
Sorry, you say that, I just thought of the scene where freaking Jax just steps on their mask.
Yeah, pretty much.
The mask is broken, so. Oh gosh, I can't wait to see more of the amazing Digital Circus.
Me too.
Indeed.
Did y'all guys see the commission I actually got drawn?
Hell, I wish I could. I mean, I have money to buy a commission, but I'm trying to see if it's. I mean, I have an idea. I have to figure out an idea for one. I mean, I just don't know what though. I mean, I heard there's this person that's doing a Black Friday sale on Twitter for their commissions. So you basically get discounts, I guess,
But I'm trying to
for
find that
for now.
picture because this artist does take Cash App. I'm trying to find it. Oh yeah. Y'all guys could. Sorry, y'all guys can go ahead and keep talking while I look for it.
Okay. But yeah, the only problem is when it comes to commissions, it's like, well, besides having the money available to buy it, but also, being able to figure out what kind of idea you want to, have in this commission. Because, for example, if I could just draw it myself, then, I don't see the point of, buying a commission if I know how to draw it myself, depending on the idea. But if it's a really difficult idea, and I can't seem to figure out like I can draw it or not, or it's just too much ink to use, because again, I'm a traditional artist, so it takes a lot of ink out of me on the paper if the drawing is way too big. So that's why I usually just commission the person. I guess it depends. I mean, if I really like the artist and I would just like to, buy a commission from them because I've seen their artwork and would like to buy a piece. The only problem is just trying to figure out what idea to come up with in the end. And I don't want to, and half the time I just think, like, is this idea a good idea, or could I have come up with something better, or is it too predictable? Just something that would just be like, oh wow, I never thought of this, and now it's like it's happening now because it's the idea and it's here, and you know stuff like that. I'm tempted. I mean, at one point I want to buy a commission, but another point I want to save my money. But then at this another point, what if in the future, again, what if this is my only opportunity to buy them when they're at a low price, because after Black Friday sale, they won't have them available anymore. So for a low price anymore, and they'll go back to their regular prices. And so I don't know, but another part of me is telling me, save your money, because I need to save for this convention. Because the more money I keep buying myself, the more money I keep spending on stuff that I buy for myself, then, it's just a lot of stuff. And there's just one machine I want to buy, but of course it's expensive because, again, everything costs money these days. So, but the only problem is that I don't see myself getting it for Christmas. I could ask for it, but there's no way no one's going to buy me the machine I want for Christmas, so I might have to buy it myself.
I mean, that's understandable.
Huh?
No, I'm just saying what you're saying is understandable. Like me, I don't. Well, everybody knows I can't. I mean, you seen my freaking doodle. I mean, I can't even draw. And then you're a traditional artist. You do everything paper and pencil, and a lot of people don't understand that. To me, honestly, traditional art's better because you have the physical paper. I mean, Joe showed me the drawing you did for her of Uzi wearing a Wednesday dress, and I just thought that was really cool. And I was like, oh cow, she drew it on paper. That looks really amazing.
Yeah, and not only that, but like, yeah, I get that digital art is like you can send it to people, but I mean, when I think about art, and when people like, oh, I made a flaw in my art, is when it comes to traditional, especially on paper, and like, yeah, it can be fixed, but also that I feel like flaws in art make it more beautiful because it's made by that person's hand,
Yeah, exactly. And it's a physical piece. Like, I didn't know this, but Joe was telling me that she used to airbrush, and like a lot of her pieces she doesn't have anymore because she used to sell them off just so she could go to conventions. But her dad still has a piece that she made, and when I saw it, I was like, dude, what the hell? That looks awesome. I didn't know you airbrushed. Why didn't you just keep it? But she said she made it for her dad, that she doesn't intend to make any more of those pieces. But yeah, I agree with you, Jacob. Physical art, in my opinion, is better than digital art. Because heck, I can't draw, especially like I've seen a lot of novices' drawings. Then the special markers that she uses for it and like she highlights everything, and I'm like, how can you do all that? I wish I could do that. Wish I could draw.
It's just that, like, for me, like, I would like to have commissions open, but the only problem is, again, one of the problems I deal with when it comes to traditional artwork is that well, I would like for the customer or the person that buys it, the client that buys it, to be able to have it physically, because instead of just taking a picture of it and just sending it off like that. But at the same time, there's always that thing where, that would involve me having to probably give out my personal information, and there's some things I don't want to be given out.
And that's understandable. That's completely understandable.
I mean, unless I had one of those no return addresses thing, but hell, those things never end well.
Wait, they have those?
Huh?
They have those?
Well, apparently, I mean, people can send things without a return address, I guess, if you don't want it, or anyone knowing about it, I guess. But then there's those people that make those P.O. boxes, I guess. So there's always those. They'll never know where you live. I mean, they'll know where to send it to, but they won't know exactly where you live, because a lot of people have that problem,
Yeah,
I mean,
weirdos to stalk you. I get it.
I mean, I just don't like the idea. I mean, that's probably why a lot of famous people are, can't really live normal lives, because, they always got to worry about, like how that shows, like, for example, in the new Hell of a Boss episode, that showed a good example of how some fans can be very stalkish and can be very unnerving. Like it's shocking to know that, people like that exist in the world. To know that there are people out there that, they act like, oh, I love your work, and then they turn out to be those psychotic people that just want to know your every little move, and that's like invading your space. That does not help you at all.
Nope.
It just makes things worse. So yeah, that's all I'm saying.
I mean, like I said, all that's really understandable. But...
yeah, but I was oh yes, those dogs are decided to bark now of all times.
It happens. I mean, I have a Chihuahua, and he barks all the freaking time. Just like I'll be in my room just chilling, and then my roommate will open his door, and my Chihuahua starts going, and I'm like, boy, calm down. I just wanna lay down and watch Bride of Chucky. Okay, it's my day off, and I just want to watch a good horror movie. But nope, he starts barking.
Yeah, what I do is, what is it? Yeah, but the thing is that, yeah, there was supposed to be this convention that's supposed to be coming up in at the end of April, up in Vegas, and me and Jacob were planning to go.
Nice.
Yeah, I want to try this time. I mean, I'm not going to have a booth or anything, because, of course, I can't carry all that crap all the way down when I'm flying down there, so I don't see myself making a booth either way. But I'm thinking about making some type of merch. I'm not gonna like sell it or anything. I'm gonna give it out maybe, but not like for money or any of that crap. But yeah, I was thinking about making these like acrylic charms, because I actually bought a lot of that resin and those these keychains, and I've recently got my heating gun today.
Oh, so like what is it called? Joe Mix, I forgot what they're called. The resin shakers?
Well, like that, except I'm gonna just do the regular acrylic charms for now.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, I bought like baby oil for the shakers just in case if I decide to do that, um but I still need to think about going to the store and getting me some molds because that's one thing I lack is the mold. And there's this thing called drinky dink paper or something like that you can use, and you can draw your own stuff on there and then transfer it. That's the only reason why I want to get that Cricut machine, because it's supposed to help me with a lot of projects and stuff. Again, that stuff is expensive, so I don't see anybody actually buying it for me except if it was myself. I'm not expecting anybody to buy it for me, though. If I'm gonna have to pay out of pocket, then I might as well.
What, a Cricut
Make it.
machine?
Yeah, that little Cricut machine. My mom has one, but again, I don't see myself going back and forth to her house because, just to use it, because I don't see the reason for that.
You know, if you're interested, maybe I'm really not quite sure of her schedule, but maybe you should get with Jill since she knows all those artsy fartsy stuff. You know what I mean? I don't know. She's weird. She knows how to work all that.
I don't know. I've been meaning to ask about that with her, but I just don't want to be a bother. I mean, my aunt was telling me that if I'm going to work on that resin stuff, that I have to work on it outside. She doesn't want that stuff in the house. So I just be doing everything on my own. So
I mean, it doesn't hurt just to shoot a message. Like sometimes I'll bother Jacob and go, "Hey, Jacob, I want you to check out this thing I just did," and I just wait until he responds. I'm talking about this Jacob right here.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, there's a lot of things. I mean, my aunt has a table for me, so that way I can work on that stuff. That way I don't, I can work with my projects on there if I need to.
Well, that's
again,
cool.
I just want to make sure. I just really want to make sure that I have everything I need because I don't want to start anything and then realize I'm missing something, and then that's a lot of work.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate that. That is a pain in the butt. That is a pain.
That's why I want to make sure I have everything I need, because the last thing I want to do is sit there and be like, shit, I'm missing something.
I mean, that happened to me because I tried to do those, what is it called? Because I try to do craft projects, sorry about that. Because I tried to do, what is it? The one where you get the beads and you make like a pattern and then you melt it together. The perler beads, right? Perler bead art, that's what it's called?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, those. Yeah, I tried to do that, and I kind of felt dumb because I didn't know you're supposed to have like tape for the beads. You're supposed to tape it and then iron it. But I just go, you know what? I'll iron it in the plastic, and I ended up melting the beads and the plastic pegboard.
Dang.
Yeah. Oh, my roommate didn't like the smell of plastic coming out of my room. He was like, "What the heck? Are you actually starting a fire in your room?" And I was like, "No, dude, I was trying to do something and I fucked up."
Okay, I'm gonna say dang again because it sounded like I just hit puberty when I said dang the first time. Like, fuck.
Barking. My brother's dog's already barking. The weirdo. Speaking of which, I'm actually in my brother's apartment right now.
Nice.
Yeah, I am in his apartment because my roommate is playing video games in the living room. He's playing one of the Resident Evil games, and I told him, "Hey, dude, I have to go record with Jacob and Novice," and he goes, "Okay," and his TV's freaking loud as fuck, and I go, "You know what? I'll just sneak into my brother's apartment while he's not home. That's fine." So here I am. Actually, Jacob, I think you'll like this. I'm actually in the room where we do our recordings.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we actually call it our studio. It's just a room where we have all the equipment and such. Yeah, so right now he has an army of Pokemon and they're just staring at me.
Yes.
I don't know. Normally I don't question it when when I am in his apartment. Like sometimes when I'm at home, I'm like, I want cereal. I want milk and cereal, but I end up just having cereal. I go, dang it, I need milk. But hey, I'll go to my brother's apartment and just steal his milk.
Like, I'm sure they won't mind.
Yeah, exactly. And my dad thinks it's weird. He goes, dang it, y'all kids freaking moved out of the house, but y'all freaking live like freaking 5 minutes away. We just gotta walk in the same apartment complex. And I'm like, hey, I'm here to steal your food.
Now, I will say though, in terms of what I think of Helluva Boss in general, there's one thing that, like, it's not a big thing. It's not a big issue. It's just a little nitpick. But it seems like with almost every episode, like, it always makes questions. Like, oh, what happened to Moxie's mom, or how did Fizzarali and Osmodius met? And yet, every time when the next episode comes, we get a little bit of answers, but then it just leaves more questions. But like I said, it's just a little nitpick.
Well, it isn't a nitpick. Just think of it like this. It leaves your audience guessing, and you could just make theories, And then once we get those answers, we could be like, "Hey, look, I was right. Hey, look, I was wrong." You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, that is true. I mean, I was kind of right on the newest episode of Helluva Boss, of it not only just being a musical, but also a little bit of an origin story with Fizz and Oz.
Yeah. Also, another thing I would like to point out is the fact that people get all like, how do I put this? People get all like, I mean, no offense to those out there, but it's just people would get butthurt about the idea when their headcanon no longer, is accurate to them. But then that's what it is. It's just, that's why it's called, a fandom, just because your headcanon is not canon doesn't mean that it's irrelevant. It doesn't mean that you should stop. I mean, if that's what you want to believe, then go ahead and do it. No one's telling you, oh, don't do that because it's stupid or some shit like that. It's like all of a sudden, it's like people get all upset when but then there are those people that get upset because their headcanon is all, like, again, not canon, but then again, this isn't their show, We're not the ones writing this show.
Yeah,
if they were, then I'd be like, okay, I get it, but, Also, you want to know something that, I don't know if it was just me, though, but whenever I was watching the episode, there was this one part where Fizz when he was singing on stage, and then he pulled out his phone and looked at the caller ID, which is Mammon. I don't know why, it gave off that, the Valentino animatic scene in a way.
Which one? Which?
So it's like it's the one with the Valentino one. It's the one where.
Oh, I know what you mean. Sorry. I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, that is a really good reference. Wow, I didn't.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing because he was doing that, and then he looked at his phone, and I was like, Why does this remind me so much of when Angel was looking at his phone, and then he got irritated.
Oh, that is a good one. I didn't even think about it, man. That went over my head. Wow. Now
I'll probably do a post about it later.
Huh?
I said I'll probably do a post about it later just to point it out.
I think you should. That way, because that's what I like to see, like something that we don't realize it, and then somebody points it out, and I go, oh wow, I didn't think about that. So I think you should go ahead and do a post about it.
Like I said, I could just be wrong. That could just be me because it gives off that vibe. I don't know why, it just does, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah, and the one thing here's like the one thing that I really love was, and this was a video by by again Cartoon Universe. He made a video telling the difference between Osmodius and Valentino, and I love the hell out of it. Because it literally shows, like, on one hand, you got a relationship that is all about, like, being in control, whereas for the other, it's not.
Well, like I was saying earlier, Jacob, that in Hell of a Boss, it shows a lot of different kinds of relationships, as in the positive relationship and the negative relationships. You know what I mean? And like the show does it really well. Like when you see the relationship between Osmodeus and Fizzy, obviously it's a pretty positive one, but it also shows that Ozzy, this love goes farther than just intimacy. It goes like, hey, I care for you, I care for your well-being. You know what I mean? That's the one thing that I love that they're showing. That's a positive relationship right there. And then you see Angel and Valentino. That's a negative relationship, obviously. But yeah, I just like how they like show it there, because some people, like, believe it or not, don't know the difference between a positive and a negative relationship. But the show does a really good job on showing that.
Yeah.
Can I just say, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I loved it when Ozzy called Fizz Froggy. Froggy.
That's a cute little nickname.
I was like Froggy, and then they're like touching faces. I just thought that was adorable. Froggy, I know something's wrong.
I'm just glad that creep dude got his comeuppance.
Yes, when he finally got freaking head blown like a watermelon.
I know. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie.
Pointing it out.
Sorry, go ahead, Novice.
I was just gonna say, someone was pointing out the fact that when the dude got, his head shot, that it looked like a heart. When he got freaking oozled.
It did. It kind of did.
So you two are an item. Well, congratulations, you fucking hypocrites.
Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna lie. When I was watching that episode with my sister and my dad, when he shot, I'm not gonna lie, my only reaction was finally when he killed him.
It's like, damn, this bitch is finally dead.
I feel like Stewie Griffin. I was like, finally.
I feel like Rogers from that one of his videos of the Office.
Oh yeah.
when our last guy decided to fire himself.
Really?
Can I just say, the freaking joke at the end of the episode made me laugh so hard I actually got a headache.
Oh yeah. So, who tops?
And then you see all these smiling and Fizz just.
You know something interesting?
What was that?
In the original concept art, when Blitz asked that question, both him and Ozzy actually frowned. But when they decided, in the final shot, they just had him smile. They just had him smiling at Fizz, and Fizz is like, oh, fuck.
And so they found out that they were both bottoms.
Well, apparently, from what I've heard, Viv was saying how Fizz is actually a bottom.
Wait, who?
Vivian Madrano, the one who does the show.
Yeah. But who was a bottom?
Fizz.
Well, it's pretty obvious because Ozzy's huge and.
Then again, there's always, the tall people again. But then you would assume that all the tall ones are bottoms, because, people like the headcanon that, where, Stolas being a bottom, and then,
in my opinion, I always thought that maybe they're both switches,
If they were, I'd be like, my question is, no offense to Ozzy, I know he's a big guy, but I wonder, did you see that episode, like the episode 7, the one in the last season the one in season 1 where he's trying to hold him up? I'm like, jeez. This is a giant rooster.
Like, but also, there is that form that he takes though when he's thinner.
Yeah, I know that.
The one where he
He's
kind of
just
looks like Valentino.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yep.
gonna lie. Before they showed Ozzy and they showed him in that small form, I honestly thought he was Valentino. So did my dad.
Yeah, gave off that vibe.
Yeah.
I was like, there's no way that's him. And I was right. I was like, oh, good.
But you want to know something? And I don't know if it's just me, but you know, like how you really get into a movie or a series, and then right when it ends or when the final season / episode is over, you just feel emotional, and at the same time, like you're happy that you finally saw it, but at the same time, you're sad that it's over and you want more. I feel like that's how people are going to be when Has Been Hotel and Hell of a Boss ends.
I'm not even thinking about that. I'm not, because I was like that with the Owl House. You know how the show was so good and then it ended, and I was like, no, I wanted more of the Owl House. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean that's just my opinion. I feel like everybody's gonna feel that way when those shows end.
I mean, if you remember, a lot of shows, well, that we did grow up watching when they finished, like the original, and I'm saying the original Teen Titans. You know, when that show finished, you're like, oh, yeah, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, exactly. You're like, oh, or when Steven Universe finished. I mean, we're all gonna get like that, but this is just, I'm probably just tooting my own horn, but me personally, I think this is just the beginning of the quote-unquote Helliverse.
Well, I mean, we don't know what will happen when the shows end, but I'm just saying, like, it's still gonna be emotional though.
Yeah.
Because I mean, a lot of people like these shows. They're voiced by talented people. And when people, like, when a show ends and a few years go by, or shoot, even shorter than years, sometimes people tend to move on and forget about these shows. But like I said, we don't know what will happen.
Yeah, you're right, Jacob. So, Davis, was there anything else you'd like to add?
No, I think I'm good. Well, sorry. Hold on.
Why, Moxie, why do you let Millie put it in your butt?
He gets freaking, and then he sings it. He's like, fuck! I knew I walked into that one.
Sorry, I was waiting for Jacob to sing Moxie.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to, but then I realized, oh wait.
Do you have Millie food? Ay. See why. Are you such a horny bastard?
You know what? That probably explains why Blitzo was trying to record them on camera.
Boy.
Oh yeah.
Dude, like,
are you fucking filming us right now?
Have y'all seen the meme? Have you seen the meme, the one where it shows Millie and Moxie and it says animals wanting to mate peacefully, and then you see Blitz and it says what is it called? The National Geographic. You know?
Yes, I have. Oh my god.
Everybody gather around. I have some news to tell you. What's the news? Oh no, never mind. I'm not gonna say.
What were you gonna say?
Forget, like, seriously, I feel like the reason Blitz would record Millie and Moxie is just to have his own little home video to go home and watch it.
Wait, no. Remember, it's quote unquote for research. Remember his pictures? Sir, what's this picture? It's
no, my research.
Yeah. What is this? What research?
Oh my god.
Hey, Novice.
Yeah.
That's how I was when I bought that quote-unquote comic at the convention. It's for research.
Oh, but
remember you said you got upset about the fact that it was censored.
Oh yeah. It's like how much did I spend on it? It was like $30, and it's all censored. I go,
It's like, hey, it's like, give me my money. Give me what my money's worth.
Boy.
I know, and then my roommate freaking found it. He was like, "Hey, can I read it?" I go, "Yeah, but you're gonna be disappointed because it's censored." It's like, hey, if I'm gonna pay money to watch a gory horror movie, it better show everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, it's
But
like. What's up, Jacob?
no. Oh, I was gonna ask Tiffany. Can I bring a special guest?
Yes.
All right, I will be right back. Come on, Nose. I don't want to do it. No. Fuck. Hellos. It's me, Angel Dust here. Jacob, he pulled me into this shit.
Nice, Angel. You have a fan right here. I pushed Novice forward.
Shut up.
So you're a fan of me. You're not one of those psycho ones, are you?
No.
Alright, well that's good. Nice to meet you. Dang, Jake. Not gonna lie, I mean, Jacob told me you were pretty good sounding. I didn't know you sounded that good.
What is that supposed to mean?
And then I'm sure you can figure it out yourself.
I would if I figured out what the fuck you're talking about.
But anyways, what's going on here? Is this like some kind of recording session or somewhat?
Yes, we are actually still recording our first episode of our podcast. I haven't came up with a name for it yet, but it will come to me.
That's pretty cool. You know, I tried to do a podcast with Alistair, but it didn't go well. The motherfucker kept complaining, saying, "Angel, get out of my room," some shit like that. I don't know.
Shut your mouth. I can picture Alistair going, "Angel, shut your mouth."
You know, I can bring him on here if you want. I mean, I don't know what he's doing. Hey, Alistair, what are you doing? Not right now, Angel. I'm busy. Busy scuffing up your hair, aren't you? Whatever you say. What's going on here, anywho's?
Get Dear Daddy's tail in here.
What? What on earth are you telling? What are you calling me?
Dear Daddy, don't you not know that term?
You got that from Angel, didn't you?
No. Wait, Novice, I think you were there. It's a term that me and my female group use when, we talk about our favorite characters. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge towards Novice.
What are you telling people?
What?
This?
What about Dear Daddy or TV Daddy? I have too many daddies.
You're not talking about that ridiculous Vox, are you?
I love Vox.
I don't know what to say right now. Ooh.
Well, in that case, I am leaving. Come on, Alistair, don't leave. Too late.
It's okay, Jacob. You could go ahead and let Alistair go. Besides, our time is already up.
Alright, well, Angel, say what you want to say before we all have to get going. First of all, I want to say thanks for inviting me here, and nice to meet you, Tiffany and Novice. And also, a little advice for all of you out there. If you see someone that looks like a rat bastard, don't talk to them. Anywho's, bye!
Bye, Spider Daddy. I mean, Angel.
I'll keep that in mind. Well, that was interesting.
That was interesting. I was expecting Alistair.
Yeah, who do you think was in here?
Anywho, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap up for this first episode. Thank you for joining us, and feel free to follow us on Twitter. Links will be down in the description below. Or if you want to go ahead and check out me getting on my brother's nerves, always playing video games, you can go ahead and hit that subscribe button, guys. Or if you want to hear us talk about a different subject, please let us know in the comments down below, or you could just tag me up on Twitter. Thank you very much, guys. Novice, Jacob, thank you for coming and just geeking out for About an hour.
Yeah, of course.
Anyways, we'll see y'all next time, guys. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.